Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all over the world, welcome to another episode of TylerBrianHour, a.k.a. TBH, a.k.a. TB Hour. I'm your co-host, Beheard, a.k.a. Brian, a.k.a. Prince, a.k.a. Prince with G to well to hating. I'm going to pass it to my boy, my brother, man's in MTTL. You want to say something to the people?
How we doing, people? It is your co-host, Tyler Libra, a.k.a. TTL, a.k.a. Libra Hendricks. We are gathered here today, fresh in the building for September 12th, 2022. We got that weather right around the corner. You know, that fall crisp weather. I hope you guys enjoyed that weather today. And I woke up feeling good as hell. I feel rejuvenized around this time, man. I don't know about you, man. It's just the October niggas in us, but like I felt good. I was ready to work and shit, man. I was outside all damn day. That's what I like about this, man. It's that time. Couldn't come at a better time. Football started. Basketball's right around the corner. Yeah. Well, and we get into the postseason of the major, so it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive right now.
How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Spent some time with some people. Shout out to Liz. We went to Big Grove. We've been saying it wrong the entire time.
It's literally one of the topics.
Oh yeah. All right. But yeah, it was good. Had a good time. Just chilled out. Pretty much watched the Iowa Cy-Hall game, and yeah, I just kind of spent some time with Moms because Moms has the way she had it planned out is that like she was just going to, she has a schedule. She's been here so long she can make her own schedule. She's working in the morning like all through this week, and then she has Thursday through next week off. So I mean,
what day are you leaving?
I'm leaving Friday morning. 7 in the morning.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday.
And then when do you get back?
And then I get back on Tuesday.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to figure out that schedule for like us and shit like that. But okay.
We'll be back early Tuesday, so.
So just like a weekend.
Yeah.
It's not bad. That's actually kind of cool.
It's good for my little 3 days. Man.
Yeah, it's a nice little 3 days.
They sitting there talking about, at work when I put in, they was talking about 3 days?
Nah, see, that's nasty.
No.
That's
don't
nasty.
even do that. That's nasty as hell.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, nigga.
Like, you sure you want 3? You can do 2.5? You want to do 2.5? Like, no, I want my 3. I'm good. That's crazy.
Crazy as hell, man.
I think it'll be a good game, too. The way that Detroit played and the way that the Commanders played, it should be a good game.
Fuck around, be blown out. Or I'm going to be bad as hell.
Yeah, like getting blown out by Carson Wentz is crazy.
That's nasty as hell. I bet.
That's crazy.
Crazy as hell, boy.
You know, I was thinking of the many different hats that I wanted to wear to approach this pod, but it ain't gonna be the humble one. Though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think y'all niggas be understanding what the fuck I do with this podcast, man. This is episode 100. And obviously, if you go and look at all the podcasts, we're missing one, but we had to delete one just to make a better future business decision. So if you listen to it, you listen to it. If you haven't, you haven't. Don't worry about it. But I don't think some of y'all realize what the fuck I be doing, man. I do this shit. I do this podcast stuff. I apologize for cussing early if any family members or important people are listening to this early. But I gotta let motherfuckers know. Because y'all got me all the way messed up, man. Like, I'm a podcaster, I'm a co-host, I'm an editor, I'm a producer, I'm a screenwriter, I guess, for the topics and things of that nature. I made my own merch. I made merch for the podcast. I does this. Like, we really do this. And, you know what I'm saying? I seen a statistic that said only X amount of podcasts get 3 episodes. And then, on top of that, only another X amount of podcasts to get 21. So the fact that we were able to bang out 100 episodes, and yes, I know, like I said, there's one that's got deleted forever, so technically we're at 99, but we're at 100. And, you know what I'm saying, to bring the run back in, to evolve, to be on other podcasts, to just do everything that we do. We really do this. And I feel like people don't...
Can't nobody tell us different.
I feel like people don't, like... I don't want to say they don't believe, but they're not, like... They still don't think like we're doing this as like we do this, if that makes sense. Like, until they feel like it's validated, they're not gonna believe it. But like, my thing with this is like Like, obviously, congratulations to us for making 100 episodes. I think that's still a huge milestone and a huge accomplishment and all that stuff. But I want 100 more. And I'm telling you, like, this next 100, I think we could really go out there and achieve things and do some great things. And I'll go back to the podcast, but just to keep an update on, like, how I'm doing. I'm all right. Mom Dukes is good. Dad sounds like real sick. I don't know what that's about. But he also moving different. So, like, I got that from my dad. Like, he just the workaholic. Like, he just be doing stuff. Like, his cough sound like a muffler, like an old one that still rattles. Like, I'm just like, yo, you need to go see somebody. But so hopefully he's good. Talked to my grandma today. She's good. She's in good spirits. So that's cool with me. That's a blessing in disguise. Got some unfortunate news. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't have all the details, but I lost a friend this weekend. So, well, not this weekend. I was informed about it this weekend. And it sucks from the perspective of, like, I'm just tired of losing people that I'm on good terms with, like, we haven't talked in a while. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of, like, the good relationships that when we see each other, it's all good. But that's the thing is I don't see them. So maybe it's not even all good. Maybe it wasn't as close as we thought it was with some of these relationships. But it seemed like every year I lose somebody that I haven't talked to in the last time. But if you told me, like, oh, what's your relationship with X person? I'm like, oh, we good, we great. You know, that's my guy, that's my family, that's my whatever. But obviously I don't get to see that person. So I think it's very important to tell your loved ones you love them. A lot of weird shit's going on in the universe. The universe is in I guess it could be a Mercury retrograde as well. Like, there's a lot of funky stuff going on. So just keep your spirits high, keep your family safe, and just do what you got to do. To bring it back to a positive note, I guess, if you will. So we celebrating the 100 episodes.
Whole 100.
Who are some of your favorite guests or favorite moments for the podcast? Let's start off with the good. Anything come to mind? Because I can think of a couple things, like some funny moments or favorite moments or stuff like that.
It's got to be back to the early episodes when we were shout out to Brent and Manny when we were in their apartment for a little bit doing the early episodes. And
we only did one. The face you just made when you realized that
we did two. We did a couple.
No, we only did one, bro.
I feel like we did a couple.
There?
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, because we only did. The only reason why I say that is because I think we would have got Manny on. Manny's never been on.
Manny wasn't ever at that motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
Barely.
I mean, yeah,
you would have thought that was Brent's fucking apartment.
I mean,
man.
you're not wrong. I don't disagree with you. But
barely in the hole.
It's just kind of weird when you really sit down and think about it. I would never expect them to. Like, I'll fuck with both, obviously, y'all if y'all listen to this, but
my guys,
I wouldn't expect those two to have an apartment together. Now that I think about it, the older I get, I was like, that was a weird tandem.
And the time frame, it made kind of sense.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, that early episode where fucking we barely didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Brent didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, we was all with shit.
You hear shit rattling in the back. You hear,
well, because like
nigga, man, he came in, changed the garbage. You hear,
whoosh, whoosh. Oh, yeah, he definitely didn't respect the fact that we was doing a podcast. But
niggas in the background talking about, hey, how long y'all gonna be?
That's funny. Now you're gonna make me listen to that episode. Yeah. But that's because we recorded at the time. It was the Drake and Meek Mill beef, and that was like our first episode. And we ran
the shit out of that topic.
We didn't even have a blue Yeti. We had a blue Snowball. So
Snowball was goated. Snowball's legendary.
Even a worser mic than the Yeti.
Snowball was legendary.
And the worst part about it is, like, we just had a setup. Like, we just put it in the middle and we were just talking. So I don't know. Because I think a Snowball only takes from one direction. I don't think it's like the Yeti where it can take from multiple directions. So I don't even know who was the main mic. But that's how we did it. And then we uploaded it to SoundCloud. I think we did like...
Kept that motherfucker pushing, boy.
I think we did a few episodes. Because I know we only did one there. Because we use Weston's a lot. Like, wherever Weston was stationed at, we did a few episodes. Whether it was his parents' crib, shout out to his parents, love him. Shout out to the crib he had, where one of his older cribs. Like, we we was very grateful for Weston and his crib. Obviously, was grateful for like your crib and your pops. Your pops used to give us the craziest look. Like he'd see me and he always kind of give me a look like, all right, nigga. Then he'd see whoever we brought and he's like, who the fuck is this?
Right, yeah.
And yeah, that's how we recorded some episodes, man. We had a bunch of people on those early episodes, I want to say.
It didn't always sound like clean as what we kept it pushing.
Yeah, because I remember like there's a Mendozel and Mike Fahm episode.
Yep.
There's a Sway episode. I want to say we had Keywan like a few times.
Yeah, that was a crazy ass song, man.
Bro, we had Xavier on.
We had X, our boy X. I haven't heard that nigga. I haven't talked to that nigga in a minute. But he's doing this thing, man. He's in.
Is he?
Yeah, he's I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna say, but he's in Tennessee. But
I didn't even know
doing this thing.
That's what's up.
Love that boy, man. Hope you come back and see your boys, man.
Who else did we have on early? I feel like that might be it.
Boom, 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 boom.
Weston, obviously. I guess we had Weston on a few episodes.
Yeah.
And Weston was like low key the third, like either host or producer or whatever.
I fuck around been producer for a minute, honestly.
Because then he let us use that one room in his parents' house. But I guess, well, I don't want to put their business out there, so I don't want to say.
Right, yeah, right.
It was like that deep down, and we used to. I'll talk about this MacBook that I have now. That's been with me since my freshman year of college. This milk was the
project baby,
basically. And I want to say, how did I want to say I recorded episodes, or I'd upload the file or something in like iMovie or something like that. I'm trying to think of how I would have took it. How did I put the audio? It might have been iMovie
or some shit like that.
I'm trying to remember what I used.
Be GarageBand.
Maybe no. Isn't there one like a bootleg version? Because GarageBand is like GarageBand would be the Final Cut equivalent.
That Final Cut was pricey as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but that would be
that's like $200.
That's like $300.
$300, man.
I mean, it's a one-time purchase though, so it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
But because I'm trying to think, maybe it was Garage. No, because there was like a bootleg version. Because I don't think I used GarageBand. I used like
we never pulled the trigger on that Final Cut though. I don't know if you did, but I didn't.
Well, because I already used Premiere, so I'd have to learn a whole new program if I was to learn Final Cut.
So I found out Adobe,
and it's cheaper too. So I was like, "Fuck it." Yeah, that was the early stages. But I would honestly, I like the early stages of the podcast. Like that helped a lot. And then, like obviously, we took our little hiatus.
It's got a little soul to them.
They do, but I feel like that run that we went on once we finally decided to do it. Like to revisit it and bring it back. I feel like that run was legendary because we got a bunch of new people, met a whole bunch of new people. Nigga, we
ran that get back.
Yeah, then we was using like, so this is like,
that's probably the best. Honestly, out of that time, that was probably the best decision that I could have brought to you.
Yeah. Well, I always knew that I wanted, it kind of worked itself out because I always knew that I wanted to do a solo podcast. And I think somebody was talking to me and I knew I had a podcast in mind. So it was just the timing of you just saying it, kind of how like we started this was just you just saying like, hey, what if we do a podcast? It's like, what if we bring this shit back? And I was like, all right, I'm with it. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I do the solo podcast. So I think it's beauty that like the run back was able to be created later on. But like the fact that we was able to bring the podcast back was crazy in a sense because like for some reason I have a MacBook Air and on Air it doesn't have all the devices. So I had to get like a USB connector to have multiple slots to have USB devices on there. But when I were to get that, the $20-$30 mics that we used that I think Neek recommended me. So shout out to Neek.
Shout out to Neek, man.
Who was on the podcast as well. Shit. But this was on a trip down memory lane. For some reason, it wouldn't read all the microphones. It would pick up with the audio, but it wouldn't read it as each individual microphone. Because then at the time, we was using Anchor.
You still got those mics, by the way.
We do?
They're in there.
For real? Huh. Might have to sell them or something.
He said something.
But, yeah. Because then we had those. And then, you remember, we had the blanket.
The blanket that was covered.
When I tell y'all I feel like those blankets would work really nice now, especially like with shit like that in the background. But like from where we was to where like, you know, obviously your place was a little empty. Like, nigga, I when I tell y'all, bro, when I wasn't working, I was Googling stuff to like.
It was kind of depressing up in there. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had to live in that bitch every day.
But like when I tell you that I was Googling everything I could, trying to figure out like that's how I got like I don't want to say they're soundproof blankets because that sounds stupid when I say it out loud. Like nigga, how a blanket soundproof?
Soundproof blankets. That's
but
wild.
It was like I guess it was like I don't know if it was fireproof. It was a certain type of blanket that like if you set it on the floor, it would dampen the like room's atmosphere as far as sound goes. So we was trying to make it sound like the crisp best podcast it was. That was when I used to edit the podcast and not Anchor. I keep saying Anchor, Audacity. And I would just cut it and like try to make it sound better as I could. And I think that was definitely helped because like listening to the episodes before I would edit it, like you could hear the background, you would hear all the noise and stuff like that. And it was like quiet, so you could really hear everything. But we got out the mud, did that. Then, you know, say what you want about Trump, but that nigga, you know, that nigga gave us a stimulus pack. And then we was able to get the road podcaster. So how you hearing the podcast now is what we was able to do. Obviously getting this equipment, I invested $1,500 into it, and then the rest is history. Just being able to get different guests on, the fact that we was able to get guests on via phone. Like I got Grim on. The fact that I got Smug on via the phone. I think that was our only 2 phone interviews. Nigga, I was thugging through the podcast with bronchitis, which some of those episodes, like I think the Grim episode is probably the worst one. I couldn't even say a sentence without. I couldn't breathe. Like people don't realize that. Like
yeah, the audacity be all up in my crib too.
Well, it's not contagious, but
I don't know that.
Nigga, I told you that.
You didn't tell me shit. You just showed up to my crib with the box and just all right.
I told you I had bronchitis.
You told me that, but you didn't say it wasn't contagious or it was.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Tyler, why would I show up to your crib doing
I don't know what the fuck you would do, my nigga. I don't know.
You think I would do a podcast with you if it was contagious?
Dirty ass nigga, man.
Okay, don't do that. That's crazy. But nah, like, because you never got
my
sick.
shit up, man. I had to cover my shit up.
You stop. Now you violent. But yeah, I had that shit. And also, like, it's because I had it for like 3 months. Like, there was nothing I could have did about that.
Grimy.
Nigga, I couldn't breathe. Like,
I don't give a fuck. You can breathe, nigga.
Nah, this nigga violent. Nah, this nigga violate. But yeah, so I had to do the podcast with that. That was terrible. That was rough. Because at the time, I think April of 2021 is when I started working my second job. So I was working 2 jobs, doing a podcast, driving all the way to where you was at, and then trying to come home. I'd get home 11, 12, upload it, and do all that stuff. I wouldn't sleep till 3 or 4. Had to wake up around 8 or 9, do it all over again. And just
yes, sirski.
I was thugging through.
Yes, sirski.
Yeah. And I guess, like, favorite... So I guess that was just, like, the trip down memory lane of the podcast or whatever. Favorite moments that I can think of immediately. I think your random tangent with Brian was pretty funny. Where you just slandered Arby's for like they just got shot. Like they were just chilling. And then you just were slandering them. I think our argument with like Anna as the referee was pretty funny. Even though he was wrong. But That was a good moment on the podcast. I'm trying to think of good moments.
This nigga, man, he's looking a little slick shit, man. He said and you was wrong.
You was
a fuckhead ass nigga, man.
You was you not?
I'm not gonna say I was or I wasn't.
You wouldn't want me to do that.
I wouldn't do that, nigga. I wouldn't be like, even though Brian was wrong. When the fuck have I said that ever?
I'm saying you wouldn't.
I ain't never did that shit to you ever.
Yeah, but that had to do with food. That's what I'm saying.
What was the argument about? What was even about food that we were talking about?
Remember when you went to Pepper Jack's?
Yeah.
And then you got my order that wasn't even my order, and I tipped you more, and you were just kind of like deal with it.
And you still ate that hoe? Yeah, I remember.
See, that's
so
my point.
Grateful?
Of you
yeah,
being wrong.
I remember.
See, how can you say I'm grateful?
I remember that, man.
Hold on, how can you say I'm grateful when you didn't even get my order right?
Was you grateful that you ate, my nigga?
I paid for it.
Technically, I paid for it.
I gave you the money. I gave you more than you needed.
I paid for it because you could have been more than willing. Drove your ass up there, got yourself, came back. But no, I did that. I did that for you, man. I did that for you. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell.
But how did you do that for me if I paid for it?
Because you gave me the money. You trusted me with the money, and I spent money on said food.
I gave you more money than what it was, though. And you didn't even get all this.
That ain't my fault, nigga. You supposed you.
So what are you arguing right now?
You literally could have just gave me the money for whatever that you wanted, and then you gave me more money.
Yeah, I was trying to do that to show my appreciation. Then you fucked it up.
But are you grateful though?
You fucked it up. How?
You're grateful that you ate, nigga. I paid for it.
What are you arguing right now?
What the fuck are we talking about, nigga?
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, nigga.
You're saying you're grateful that you ate.
Are you?
Why? But it was wrong.
So then you're not grateful for me. This is why hating ass nigga, man. I ain't buying you no more fucking food. No more shit, man.
Tyler, if I buy you something that
Brian
you don't
Allen.
like, chill out with the Fed. But if I buy you something you don't like,
I'm still gonna eat it.
No, you're not. Because there's shit that I know you don't like. You're not gonna eat a banana.
If it was my last dying meal.
Okay, you have to go to the extreme. Then I'm gonna eat it. If it's not the extreme.
What?
If it's not the extreme example. There's certain shit that you're just not gonna eat.
You're absolutely right about that.
Okay then. So then why? And you was experimenting on my order when you ain't had to do that. Because I told you what I wanted.
Fuck around. Should have pulled that. Hey, you ain't gonna eat, bro. Let me get it. For sure. Let me get that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, my thing was like.
And it was some sauce. It was literally just some salsa. Nigga could have literally scraped the salsa fucking off.
But you didn't have to get it, though. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't have. You could have scraped it off, though, is what I'm saying.
Why are you arguing it? Like,
here we go.
You're right.
Here we go, man. Here we go. No, I don't have to be right, bro.
You just got something that wasn't on.
Literally a year ago. I'm done. I'm past
I'm just
it, bro.
talking about it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, my nigga.
Why are you getting upset?
I'm not getting upset about what? It's literally something that happened literally almost a year and a half ago, bro. Why would I be upset about it? I don't care about it anymore, bro. It's over with. It's over with.
I guess it's over with.
It's over with.
Let's see what else happened on the podcast. That debate with Smug was funny. When that nigga just like, that nigga stopped the pod, was just like, hey, nigga, you like tomatoes? What the fuck was that about?
It was another lame ass beheard thing, man.
No, see, you be doing
tomatoes.
You be doing that. And then that's what's crazy is like, no, I'm gonna tell you what happens.
Set it off.
You and the guest will agree on some random shit.
It's on the flow.
You and the guest will agree on some random shit. And then niggas will come to my aid after in the comment section and just be like, yo, nah, be her right.
Not fucking with you on that tomato. Literally, there's more people in this. There's more people that we know, has friends, has colleagues, has acquaintances, whatever the case may be, that don't fuck with tomatoes like you fuck with tomatoes.
Who?
I'm not going to name drop, nigga.
For the tomatoes? That's what you want to keep their identity secret for tomatoes?
You keep the identity safe with everything else, bro. So why can't I just say the same? So
we're talking about tomatoes, though.
Don't matter.
So like, it's not like niggas. It's not like niggas gonna get shot for liking tomatoes.
You don't know.
You know somebody out here shooting niggas for tomatoes? Then shoot me then, nigga. I like tomatoes. Fuck it.
I know a nigga that get you knocked off right now.
Over some tomatoes? Try
Over
me,
some
bitch.
tomatoes.
Try me. I like some. And they're not even that bad. Like,
all I gotta do is send a low.
send a low, nigga. I'm not scared of that, nigga.
All right.
Are you talking about who I think you talking about?
I'm gonna be your daddy.
You like tomatoes?
A whole ass niggas, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Out,
I'm talking shit.
But
Hey, I know that nigga. Speaking of being sick, I know that nigga. He probably sick as hell from that game last night. That's probably what got him walking around the house on some goofy shit.
Nah, see, you crazy. Chill out. Yeah, also chill out. Yeah, my family be like, yo, tell Tyler chill out. That's right. These niggas stomped out the ring. But
It'll walk in the nigga. I'm talking shit.
Yeah, chill. Nah, he wasn't upset. He was just more so like,
The same shit, different year, huh?
no, it wasn't that either. It was just more about Dak. He was just like, yeah, that nigga gonna get hurt.
Duh, nigga.
That nigga
shit.
built soft. I was like, damn.
Nigga built like a hush puppy.
It's crazy. Wow, that was a crazy match.
Oh, Long John Silver's. That shit sound like some heat right now. I'm about to fuck around and get that tomorrow.
Niggas don't fuck with it.
Niggas don't fuck with Long John Silver's? Who don't fuck with Long John Silver's? Are you serious?
My R&O niggas.
Your R&O niggas?
Like, I was telling niggas, like, in the squad, like, the Midwest fuck with it. And niggas was just like, nah, that ain't it. It was basically like, you know, like if you remember the Joe Budden clip where he was like, Derek's condoms ain't it? Like, my dick small or some shit. I was like, yeah, Long John Silver's all right. And it was like, nigga, Long John Silver, yo, what the yo, nah. Nigga, you eat that shit? You the niggas keeping it in business. They just basically says the Arby's a fish. I was like, wow, y'all niggas are violating. They went in.
No, the fuck they did not.
They
Just say.
went in. Yeah, what were some favorite conversations of yours?
They said the Arby's are fucking. Actually, okay, so that one, our little argument was that one was cool. Fuck, I can't even remember. It has been something with Ron. Ron's just a wholehearted funny ass nigga. Shouts out to that boy, man. I can't remember what we was talking about.
So he's been on the podcast.
I had a whole grip of niggas in my house one time, bro, on the podcast, all sharing like 3 mics.
Yeah, actually, I forgot about that episode. Yeah, that was weird because that was like damn near around Christmas, and you just didn't disclose the information, right? Like, you was like, oh, yeah, what's called coming through? I was like, all right, so we got one. And he was like, yeah, and then such and such might come through. I was like, all right, we never had 2 people on the podcast. You know, only got 3 mics. I don't know how this is going to work, but all right.
I kept bringing more niggas.
And then, yeah, more niggas kept shit. Like, niggas would bring niggas, and it was just like 4 deep. It
was like 5, 6 niggas around the island just sharing a mic, coming in. Oh, and yeah, I want to talk.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It'd be like a music video. Hey, bring that nigga up to the mic.
Let that nigga get in.
Let that nigga get his
let him spit a 16. I was like, who are these niggas? Like, what happened?
You would have thought it was a cipher.
Basically, that's how it looked.
Crib, man.
That's how it looked. Yeah, man. And then,
that was crazy as hell. That was actually my favorite one, man.
Really?
One of my favorite ones, man. Because you just have like 5, 6 different people talking about their life, and then we all get on one topic, and then we just get to blasting on the fucking mic.
I don't even know if we really did though, because I feel like I would have like remembered it. I know,
and there was bottles around, nigga.
Oh yeah, that was drinking tea too.
that was a heavy set tea.
Low key, damn, I kind of wish I thought of the iPhone thing back then, just because that would have been a nice little shot with the island and the bottles in the middle. And
yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, that was an episode. Was it Anna's episode? There was a whole ass episode you just spilt like yo Jake drank like just crazy. You was like,
you heard nothing but bottles strangling around the motherfucker back then. Yeah.
And then you was like, yo, this nigga left, and then it was like me and Anna just talking, and it was like, yeah, this nigga's like, he brought the Swifter joint and just started cleaning. I was just like, what the fuck?
I was drunk as hell, and I was crossfaded too. Niggas just in that bitch a body. Talking about something. Yeah, I'm ready.
Is there trying to think. Is there anything you would like improve or change for the podcast around that time?
Around that time, I wish that I had gotten better as far as developing mentally and like spiritually, and being sober. Because there was times when like I hear a lot of deficiencies as far as like me slurring my words, and I don't know where I don't know how I got this. I know where I got it from. It was my goddamn daddy, but yeah, I developed this slur. Even like before or after drinking, I just kind of developed this slur with my words. I was mumbling a bit, and I'm glad I cleaned all that up, at least for the most part.
I mean, like our voices are not really just sounds. It's more so it's your habits.
We're sound smoothers.
So it's like you being by your dad. If your dad does mumble or have a slur, like you're gonna in nature kind of like start picking up on that, and then start
picked up
doing
on all that shit, unfortunately.
So it's just habits. So if it's like just start talking like more like with your chest out louder, and then you'll change your voice and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's one thing that like I wish I would have learned or like changed back then, is just being able to enunciate my words and be able to like say them properly and be able to go about them how they're presented. And just being more alert, just being more podcast ready, focus ready. For me, that was the number thing that I wasn't ready. I came, you come in that bitch, I was already drinking.
Honestly, I wouldn't start the podcast without a drink. I was like,
I wouldn't even start the shit without a drink, man. That's kind of how far gone it was. But I'm here. I'm better. I'm glad now. I'm cleaned up. I cleaned the fuck up, y'all.
And then that was like one thing that would like fuck me up. And I kind of said it off mic, but like people would tell me, they were like, "Oh yeah, I could tell like Tyler was on top of his shit this episode," or they would tell me like, "Tyler, that nigga took that episode off."
He on that shit, ain't he? Something like that,
he on
man.
that shit. Because it was just like, you could tell when Tyler's like on and potting, and you're like, oh, that was a great episode, because we always have banter. We always go back and forth. But then you could tell like episodes where I guess you took it off, or it would be awkward because we doing like an hour 30-minute podcast, and you might have talked for like 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
And even then, you would just come in on some, "Oh, I'm going to take it here." And we were like, how the fuck we get here? All right, whatever. I was just like to accept it.
Yeah. And like another thing with me, man, I like to be very, even after this stage, even no matter what I am in life, bro, I always like being spontaneous. It's just who I am. I like to just take it out the well and just see what I come up with. So like, it's good for me now that like I'm incorporating this quote unquote new Tyler, or this more healing source Tyler. I'm Mystic Tyler, but I don't know where the fuck that came from. But I'm glad that I'm incorporating that into a little bit more. I'm spontaneous, but I'm cautious now. I'm more on track with this pod and shit. I'm more on track with this enunciation shit. Ain't nobody seeing me in this enunciation shit.
Yeah.
This enunciation.
Nah, you gonna fuck up. Yeah, I just think it's cool too that I almost wish that we got more like consistent, because there was times where we was streaking, bro. Like we had different guests, and we was
doing
them.
2 a week one time.
I feel like even now
2 a weeks are crazy.
Even now, I still feel like we could do 2.
We could do 2 a weeks. That'd be fun.
I feel like we should, just for consistency's sake, and like performance wise, because I feel like we could really take it to the next level. But it's just getting it out there.
I think we did one that was like a day apart.
Yeah. Then we did some insane shit, actually, because I felt like it was like...
Did one at like 2 o'clock in the morning one time.
No, what I was going to say is I feel like... I want to say it was like Jeremiah's week. Shout out to Sippy. I think we did his episode. Was, I think, Phoenix episode. And then... What's old boy's name? Oh, it's slipping my mind.
We had 3 lines.
Because we had 3 in one a week.
Or boy Parker.
Yeah, Parker.
Oh, it's Parks.
I was thinking of his IG versus his name. That's how fucking robotic I am sometimes.
Head ass nigga. But yeah, shout out to Parker, man.
Everybody does. But yeah, I think we had 3. And then Jeremiah's was 3 hours. So we did like 8 hours of podcasting that week or something crazy like that. And we was just in grind mode. And even then, I still feel like we could go back to being in grind mode and actually really do it. Because I'll be somewhat transparent. I do want to join a network just because if I join a network, we could get paid more. There'll be more opportunities and they kind of help expose stuff to us. It's less money we get outright. Like, we get the whole sense of the pie, but I think it's worth it if we could slice it to where maybe we get a producer or I could hire an editor with their money and stuff like that. But excuse me. You need the numbers and you need the analytics for all that, and I think we can get to that point, but it's just about getting to that point. So we just have to be more consistent. And then that's just stuff that I've always told you. It's like I feel like if we get consistent and you podding like you've been podding, I think the world is our oyster, to be honest. And then another thing that's crazy too is like I think this has got to be the longest solo streak that we've had. Because you figure our last episode with a guest was Travis. So I don't know if that's 77 or 78. But if it's 77, that's 23 episodes, basically. With, like, no guests.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a fucking lot.
Oh, y'all niggas lost by 1, by the way.
Why would you spoil that for me?
So you know, man.
This nigga here. Had to spoil it.
8 points. So neither one of our teams won.
Yeah, I had to spoil it.
It's a cold first week, but we got next week on.
Yeah, fuck it. Since you spoiled it, let's talk about week 1. Thoughts and opinions.
Oh man, hey.
I mean, y'all was getting thrashed
we got a little comeback.
It was 35-14.
We was them boys for a minute. I'm like, what?
It was 35-14.
It was.
Y'all was getting y'all ass whooped.
But then we came back though.
I mean, still got 35 on your head top before you even decided to come
don't
back.
do that, nigga. Don't do that.
Is that not true?
It's true, but don't do that.
What you want me? So, all right, how do you feel y'all look then?
I feel like we improved, man. I feel like it's always tough being a Lion fan from past histories. The 50 we're still on that almost this damn near 60 year curse of Bobby Lane. But yeah,
I think it's more of a curse of Calvin Johnson than anything.
Calvin Johnson's still fresh, bro. Stop.
Y'all ain't paying that nigga his money. Y'all were in the playoffs.
Nigga didn't have to retire though. He didn't.
Yeah, he did. His body hurt.
Retire, no.
That nigga said, I want to smoke some weed and get out the league and stop playing for Detroit.
That nigga could have went somewhere else. I would rather him go somewhere else and keep playing and be happy than him to say, yo, I'm done with Detroit. I'm done with football. That nigga said, yo, fuck.
That nigga said, fuck football because of what Detroit did to me.
That's crazy as hell, man.
But if it's like Detroit don't want to pay you, how the fuck you going to get somebody else to pay you? And you did everything for Detroit.
Yeah.
So them niggas not paying you. Hey, you can't go to like no New England or no Green Bay and actually get the bag. He maybe could now because of what the league is now, but back then when he retired, because he retired pretty. I don't know what year he retired, but it's been a while since he's been out of the league.
I want to say 2016.
That might be right, but
because he was still playing in 2015. So it might have been 2016. That was his last year, I think.
But I mean, y'all also played a good team too. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Eagles did their thing, man.
That's actually real quick before we go into the other games and stuff like that. Who was your Super Bowl prediction? Put it on wax.
Lions
versus who?
Why'd you look at it like that?
Because I said Super Bowl pick, and then you said the Lions, so I was kind of confused.
Oh, man. That nigga said, what? Oh, man. Bills.
Bills versus Lions.
Bills versus Lions.
That sounds like a crazy Super Bowl. Who do you have winning?
Motown. What the fuck you talking about, bro?
So you got Jared Goff leading y'all niggas all
It's
the way.
on the flow. The nigga led to the Rams to it. So why can't he lead ours to it?
Because the Rams had Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp was not Cooper Kupp back in 2018, 2019.
He could have been if Jared Goff threw the nigga the ball.
19, though. The nigga wasn't even playing back then. He was on the team, but he was not near. He was not on that field, bro. He wasn't on that field, so stop that. And they had Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, too.
Todd Gurley was like that, too.
He was like that.
He was just hurt. But, because I think they said something like over the, however long that Todd Gurley's been in the league, he's second in rushing touchdowns, and he hasn't played since 2 years.
Yeah. That
nigga was insane. But, damn, I hate NFL. NFL just really be packing niggas up just because. Okay, that's an interesting pick. So then, who would be your AFC and NFC championship games?
We're beating. You know, we're beating. I won't say San Francisco in the NFC championship.
So San Francisco versus Detroit in the NFC championship game.
That's crazy as hell, wouldn't it?
That sounds
That'd
crazy.
be crazy as hell, boy.
That sounds like some Madden shit. That sounds like they need your Madden character. Okay,
I don't need that nigga right now. He's last game I played. He was like 24 for 35.
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but I still ended up throwing like 2 picks.
Oh damn. So then who would be? So the Bills would play who in the AFC championship?
Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
I think my Super Bowl pick would be Bills beating the Eagles. I got Eagles and San Francisco coming out the NFC. You know, San Francisco didn't look that great this weekend, but that was also like they were literally playing in mud. Like there's only so much you could do.
They can't wait.
And then
Bears fans can't wait to get that new stadium.
And then, well, shit might not even be in Chicago. That's the thing. And
yeah.
then,
it's like Arlington Heights. It's like a suburb of Chicago, but it's technically still in Chicago.
The way that they were talking about, and like what I was listening to from Pat McAfee show was like they was gonna get the Bears up out of there, like period, which would have been insane. But my AFC would be. Fuck, I'm gonna say the Bills versus Broncos.
Nigga.
Okay, don't say this, nigga, when you said Detroit Lions is winning the Super Bowl. I just said that the Broncos are going to go to the AFC. And I mean, realistically, if I didn't say the Broncos, I would say literally whoever comes out the AFC West, I think is going to be one of the representations of.
So would you say Raiders? Would that be.
If they come out the AFC West, yeah.
No, I'll go Chargers.
Whoever. I think the AFC West is going to be a clear, like, that team who wins that division is going to be a clear favorite to, like, win it all.
You know what? As far as the divisional go, I would go. That one might be tough.
As far as who's winning the West, or
for the NFC, because we can really talk that shit because we're you're AFC, I'm NFC.
Mm-hmm.
My ass stays in the NFC low key.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think he's picked a single AFC team.
Them niggas hoes, man. I'm just kidding. But fuck, I would go for the divisional. I would go.
And what division are you talking about? Are you talking about your division, like the North, or?
No, I would go South. Just I would go. It might be Tampa versus Saints again.
As far as what? For the division?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we was talking about championship, so that's why I was confused. Yeah, I would say those are the two clear favorites. I don't think Carolina's good enough to compete for that division. I don't think.
Twitter is some hoes when it comes to the Cowboys, man.
Yeah, well, it's just funny, but
it's funny as hell.
And I think everybody knows the Cowboys fan too, so that's what makes it funnier.
Niggas better stop sleeping on Minnesota. I know that.
Yeah, I think Minnesota's gonna be good.
First cousins.
Who the fuck? It's Carolina. Why am I blanking on the other team? Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta. There we go. Yeah, Atlanta looked all right. They looked all right with Mariota. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win the division, but they looked okay. You know who would really be? You know, like real talk, who would be scary as fuck?
You know how mid you gotta be to tie. I just got to thinking about that.
I don't think it's a mid thing. It's more of a y'all niggas just
come on, nigga.
Y'all just tired. I don't know what the fuck to tell you,
man.
Y'all niggas needed more time. That's why I think some people want to implement the college rules, but I don't mind the NFL rules. I don't mind it just because it's like you get like last year, the Raiders and Chargers could have tied, and both of them made the playoffs. I think that's an interesting storyline versus they have no shot of winning this. Versus.
Right.
So if a tie creates that, then so be it. I mean, there's ties in hockey all the time, and niggas don't say nothing. So
niggas really ain't watching hockey.
I mean, at the same time, you're not wrong. At the same time, you're not wrong. But
you can't tell me when the hockey season starts.
I just know it starts around basketball season. They're like one and the same. That's the only reason.
When's the preseason though?
Around basketball season, so like September.
No,
how's it not?
Wait,
because they end around the same time.
September, yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many games they have in preseason.
Yeah, how many games are there?
I know there's 82 in the regular season.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, it's basketball. It's one and the same. But yeah, it's NFL season looked all right. The fucking Chiefs look good though. Oh my god, like Kansas City looked like they didn't skip a beat at all. I wonder if Tyreek Hill's like, damn, I really wanted more money than the championship. But then Miami looked okay. Tua.
I don't know what that nigga was passing.
They said Tua looked like he throwing with the wrong arm. I lost. Why left it? There's not.
That nigga just looked like he was throwing to somebody instead of. He looked like he was throwing at somebody instead of just in the spot.
Like.
And then that nigga
as a left-handed quarterback, why do you feel like left-handers struggle so much? 'Cause it seems like y'all never have zip on the ball.
Never have zip on the ball. It's hard for receivers because the ball is going at another spin angle.
Yeah, well, but what that got to do with the zip on your throw? That's a receiver catching it. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying the quarterback. Like, it seemed like I've never seen a left-handed. Maybe Vic. Vic had to have the strongest hand.
Vic had the strong. That nigga just effortless.
Yeah, I would say he's the strongest left-handed quarterback. Maybe Mark Brunell, because he's left-handed, I think, right?
Steve Young, yeah. But Steve Young got the accolades, though. He got the accolades, though.
Steve Young's left-handed? Yeah, because I guess
he's only... Steve Young was left-handed?
I don't know. I haven't seen a Steve Young highlight in a while. I guess because he's the only left-handed quarterback to either be in the Hall of Fame or won a Super Bowl. I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be Hall of Fame. Because I'm sure there's got to be like one left-handed quarterback that's won a Super Bowl.
Keenan Moore, but he was a backup. Hefty lefty, boy.
Did he make the roster?
He was a Giants backup. He died with a ring, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he made the roster. I remember him being on the preseason team, but I don't remember him making it. Hell no, because I feel like I would have remembered him dressed. His big ass. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you would remember him on the sideline.
I did remember him on the sideline.
Better than me.
Nigga had the whole setup where he was flipping the walkie-talkie and shit.
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe you wanted as hefty then. Because yeah, I guess he did get bigger as he got older. R.I.P. to hefty lefty.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Tua, I don't know. I feel like Tua's just a placeholder for Miami to get Lamar next year. So that's gonna be a net.
That nigga did say fuck that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lamar, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle sound like the coldest offense. That offense sounds stupid.
That's a whole ass nigga team, man.
Wow. That's a Madden team.
That's a bad team. Man.
That's a Madden team right there. That sounds crazy. Is there any other NFL games you want to talk about?
You want to talk about the crazy Pittsburgh? That was the first game I saw of Pittsburgh and Bengals, man.
That was a good game.
I hope T.J. Watt to a speedy recovery, because from what it sounded like, it was a torn pector. What was it? It's like a tore pec.
Yeah,
something like that. So yeah,
but I don't know if it's torn, because they're saying that he might not need surgery. I don't think I've ever seen anyone tear something and then not need surgery.
Yeah.
But because if he doesn't need surgery, he's only out for 6 weeks, which is not bad. And then the Steelers' problem is their offense. They got 5 turnovers.
them niggas, yeah,
and still only almost tied. So the fact that
nigga Joe was throwing 5 of them things.
But I mean, that's a good defense. You figure Cam Hayward could clog up the middle. They got good linebackers.
They were snatching that ball, bro.
Minka Fitzpatrick is unreal. TJ Watt was getting after it. Like, that team is just built for success. And then not to mention Tomlin. Yo, Tomlin buying a team all at black Air Forces is the funniest shit ever. Like, I would love to play for Coach Tomlin.
Somebody said George Pickens put them on, bro. It's gonna be a scary ass game.
I would love
talking about some NFL young boy.
I would love to play for Mike Tomlin.
The coaches I would love to play for would be definitely Tomlin. I think Pete Carroll would be pretty good.
It depends if he has a team around him.
Yeah.
Even though they won tonight, but whatever.
Definitely Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would even go. Fuck no. I was about to say McCartney.
No, hell no.
Hell no.
If my name ain't Aaron Rodgers, fuck no. Even Aaron Rodgers ain't really fucking dude, but
he said, I don't know his name. Todd Bowles.
Yeah, Todd Bowles wouldn't be a bad one either.
He's goated.
I think Andy Reid would have a fun offense. I want to play somewhere where I would have fun. But I don't like the yelling coach. Like, I don't like the rah, I need you to kill somebody type of coach. Like, talk to me so I could ask questions, so I could learn, so I could get better. Because I feel like anytime that you yell at me, I tune that shit out and I don't want to ask questions. Just like, nigga, get out my face. Like, that's where my mind goes, you know? Yeah.
I grew up in a house of yelling, man, so I'm cool with it.
Fair enough. Let's talk about probably the only college football game we're going to talk about, the Iowa State game. Iowa. Yeah. I'm happy. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I lean towards Iowa, but I like both teams. Like, I don't want to see Iowa be shit or Iowa State be shit. I'd rather both teams be good and ranked and stuff like that. I think it's better for state. I just think it's better for ball all around.
I was trying to have Iowa walk them niggas down. Fat.
But they're not doing that with that shitty-ass offense. I could be an offensive coordinator. I don't even think it's Petras. I think it's just the offense. The offense is so not built for college football that it's disgusting. It's like an NFL style offense, but it's like if you can't even score, it's not gonna help. Like, Iowa would be down. Iowa would be fucking down 30 points and still running the ball in I formation. Like, nigga, who are y'all fooling? They want y'all to throw it. What?
Niggas need to be in pistol.
Like, they need to expand the offense. They
Spread
get all
that
these.
motherfucker.
Just do something different, because clearly it's not working. Like, the fact that you guys only scored 7 points as an offense between 2 games is crazy. The fact that special teams has 3 points, defense has 4 points, and offense only has 7 points, there shouldn't be no way in hell. Or actually, if you really want to break it down, special teams got 4 points and defense got 4 points, and y'all got 6. Yeah. So it's like, nigga, what we doing? Like, y'all need to figure something out because that offense need to go.
The whole ass niggas, man.
And I was telling everybody at work, I'm like, yo, Iowa always plays to the level of their competition. They play to the level of competition because everybody was like, at first I was thinking like the past week 1, I was thinking, oh, Iowa about to be a pack. Like Iowa State about to put 30 on their head top. But Iowa somehow, some way gets niggas to play to their level of competition. So by doing so, they ended up basically keeping the game close. There was block punts, and both teams looked kind of shitty. But Iowa just couldn't close it. Even then, as shitty as they played, they had a chance to still tie it and go into overtime. But yeah, Iowa need to do something. They need to revisit that offense or something. This is bad. Your thoughts?
They need to reboot that shit, man. How'd you think about the defense of both teams?
I don't know if I want to say the defense is good if the offense is shit. But I feel like both offenses are shit.
Niggas just cutting up. Cutting into it.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Iowa's defense could be good, but I feel like they're only going to be good with a lead. And I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that, like you said, I feel like they just play to whatever score, is up, as far as, they're like, shit, they only scoring shit 7, we gonna get 14 or some stupid shit like that.
Like, shit, y'all got 7, we got 7. What's up?
They fuck around and say, all right, y'all got 7, we gonna get 10. We gonna walk out here with 10.
And be cool with it. And this is like, bro, y'all know y'all can score more. Like, I don't know who's on Iowa's schedule. But if Iowa played like Ohio State, Michigan, fucking, who else would be? I like just Iowa, like Michigan and Ohio State just seem like they would just have a field day on Iowa. Like Iowa's going to be in trouble. It's going to be a long season for Iowa fans, and I feel like niggas is not going to be ready.
I think I got some hoe ass team, Rutgers or some stupid shit like that.
Maybe, but shit. They still couldn't stop him, so all he needed some offense.
Fuck around, move to the independent. Hey, y'all got to face them. Y'all got to face niggas like Army, fucking Air Force.
Might do you better because that's all y'all want.
That's the one thing I like about the independents with Notre Dame. They get to face, college teams that really aren't really as far as competing wise for a purpose, Niggas just be like, hey, bro, I'm going to the Army, bro. I'm going overseas.
I thought Notre Dame was in the ACC.
No, they're in the Independents.
They went back
They've been in the Independents for a while.
No, I remember they went to the ACC during the pandemic. I know they signed like a contract. It's like a couple years.
No, I think they're in the Indies, bro.
They went back? No, they really was like, no, this is a temporary thing. We only here for time being. Like, why would Notre Dame go back?
Oh, yeah, they're in the Indies.
Yeah, it says independent pass. Oh, yeah, so I guess they only joined for 1 year.
Yeah, for that year.
Damn. I don't get the benefit of it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I feel like they would be cold.
Because I feel like the ACC needs people. Because outside of Clemson, who's kind of shaky, who the fuck does the ACC got? They ain't really got nobody, to be honest.
They got some stupid ass. Well, I wouldn't say stupid, but they got teams.
Yo, niggas gonna be pressing. Got some dumbass.
They got Pitt.
But they just lost though.
Clemson
might be the only one.
Clemson might be the only Florida State.
I mean, they got teams, obviously, but it's just
Florida State always got at least a couple of 2 or 3 niggas.
Like making some noise. They ain't really got nobody that's making noise.
Miami ain't been good in a grip.
Yo, you seen they packed up Scott Frost?
They got that nigga up out of there.
That nigga lost.
Nebraska.
That nigga lost to Georgia Southern. It was like, hey, bro, you ain't got to get on the bus.
It's like you can't even come.
They put a hand on chest immediately. Like, hey, you ain't got to get on the bus. What you mean? I gotta get on the bus. I gotta go talk to the. Nah, you ain't gotta. You could just stay here. Actually, matter of fact,
We
go
go
take your
holler at
ass
him, bro.
back to Central Florida, bro.
We go holler at them niggas for you, dog.
That nigga got the bag just to be ass. That's crazy.
He did that shit, man.
I'm just surprised they fired him so immediately. Like, and Nebraska fans, that's where they're just like Cowboys fans. So it was like, yeah, we gonna go. And niggas was telling me at work, because there's some Nebraska fans, and like obviously I'm from the Council Bluffs area when I went to Iowa Western.
Louisville ain't been good in a while.
They were telling me like, yo, we going 9-3 this year. And I was telling niggas, I was like, y'all might lose y'all first 3 games. And then every Nebraska fan, they was just convinced. They was like, we can play with Oklahoma. I'm like, Oklahoma's finna dog walk y'all. And I think Oklahoma's this week, so they finna get dog walk this
the
week.
nigga down, fat.
They finna be on a leash.
You know what the fuck we on?
Especially with no Scott Frost. I mean, he wouldn't make no difference. Like y'all might lose by 40 instead of 50, but y'all about to get packed up. Watch Nebraska win on some lucky shit. Like, we always knew we had this team. We just had to believe. Face ass. So, yeah. Look. Any other college football?
They fuck around would win too on some like motivational shit.
Mm-hmm. I thought Texas should have won.
This is for coach.
Texas was really close to winning. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was a good game. I fuck with that one.
But Bryce Young just balled out of his mind. And then niggas was throwing down the hook 'em horns, and that nigga Nick Saban, don't be doing that shit. He said, well, they set the record for most penalties under Nick Saban.
They did.
In a game, it was like 15 or some shit. Them niggas was dirty. I don't know what Alabama was on. They was just on some timing.
What nigga? Who is in? Oh, it's these type of niggas. I was about to say what? Who is in the Conference USA?
Oh yeah,
talking about some Southern Mississippi. Talking about some Rice Owls.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
and then
Mountain West. Conference.
Yeah, you see that shit Breeze was saying?
No, I didn't catch that. I didn't peep.
This nigga Breeze on some shit. Because the Texas quarterback got hurt. And he's like, it just looked like an AC joint injury. Just basically, he told him to take drugs, pop it back in, and go back out there. All right, he's like, basically, get a shot. I think it's like a cortisone shot in your shoulder, wear a brace, and go out there and play Texas. It's like, bro, or play Alabama. I was like, nigga, Breeze, shut the fuck up. Like, nigga, didn't you get fucked up multiple times in your career? It's like, you gonna advise the nigga to get fucked up more, especially against Alabama?
Oh, 5'11" ass nigga.
That nigga. That was just funny.
5'10" exact.
Yeah. Anything else about college football?
No, man. I'm just looking at, because like I haven't visited these conferences in a while. I'm trying to see who the fuck Midwest Mountain West Conference. I think K-State's in that one. Matter of fact.
In the Midwest? No, K-State's in Big 12.
Oh yeah. Boise State. Huh.
That would be Mountain West would be like New Mexico, Wyoming, Utah State, conferences like that.
Utah State, Wyoming, let's see, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
These are the doo-doo ones that don't be.
So
they give these niggas a bowl just to have a bowl.
Nah, you gotta chill out. Because I got homies out there.
Hey, what that nigga Tyler say?
Yeah.
Sun Belt. Coastal Carolina. I fuck with Coastal Carolina.
What? Nigga Dunk City? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, wow. You are you are nasty.
I didn't even mean it like that. Now what you talking about? Why you talking shit? I didn't mean it like that until you cast it. When you said, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, this nigga going for."
Oh shit! Wow,
it's on the floor.
Wow.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, y'all. That's an inside joke. 20 years
wholeheartedly.
I hope they don't see it. But anywho,
it's crazy as hell, man.
RP and condolences to P&B Rock.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I just found that out about a couple hours ago, too.
Well, yeah, it just happened just a couple hours ago.
But he was shot like 5 hours ago or some stupid shit like that, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, they reported that he
like in critical condition.
Yeah, he got robbed.
You didn't see the video, did you?
I saw the video of him on the floor.
That video's sad as hell, man.
Yeah,
you could just see that shit. If y'all haven't, I'm not gonna say where it is, but it's probably everywhere. But like, if you've seen the video, man, just.
And I mean, sometimes you don't have to see it. Like, you already know.
Discretion is advised.
You know the story. And how you feel about it? Because everybody's trying to say like, shorty,
she set him up or some stupid shit like that.
No, they're not even saying that. I would rather.
That's what I've heard.
I would rather that be the case than her posting the location and niggas thinking that niggas just pulled up on P&B Rock to go rob him. Because say like, I live probably 15, 20 minutes from your house, right? Or from this area. Like
about 15 if you go in the right way.
I'm just using it for example. If you was to post this or some shit and say like I was on timing or something like that, and I try to like come here to do harm or whatever, it would still take me 15, 20 minutes to get here. You gotta keep in mind traffic. You gotta keep in mind I gotta get here. You gotta keep in mind if I'm pulling up on someone, like I had to park and all that stuff. So the fact that people just assume
if a nigga really wanted to walk down, they could make that 15 into a 10.
But even because you still have to park, you still would have to come up here and all that stuff.
Niggas should just hop out, put the car in neutral. No, I'm just kidding. But put the car in park, leave it on.
Well, see, what I'm trying to say is like even like it's LA, it's Los Angeles. They was in California, so
not like it's no small ass city.
Yeah, and like I lived in Arizona, and Arizona's not even as big as California. So Arizona 15 minutes is really like a Iowa 30, 45.
Yeah.
So you not pulling up on a nigga just because you seen where location's at and then just doing that. So it's like...
Because I would have time to do all kinds of other shit, bro. Pay for the bill, walk out.
Yeah, like, I just don't like the narrative that they think that it's because they had the location on. And then, I mean, people need to stop doing that shit. Like, let's be honest. But, you know, we're creatures of habits. And then I hate how, like, yo, I don't even know how y'all... like repost this shit or like record everything, and not everything needs to be posted. Everybody says that shit, but everybody does it. So it's kind of like it's the new age and time, and people act like niggas wouldn't have done this in the 90s, and I feel like it could have been worse because the 90s really had no filter. It's just unfortunate.
Really about pulling up on somebody.
It's just really unfortunate. I think like could he have lived longer if she didn't post the location? Maybe, but at the same time, like
you can't really like
that. Like he got robbed for his chain. Like niggas was on timing regardless. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people fail to realize is like if someone wants to get you or get a hold of you, they will find a way. Some places you might be touchable, some places you might not be touchable, and it's just sad. It's unfortunate. It sucks losing a rapper.
Man. And niggas don't give a fuck. Just like with the Young Dolph situation, R.I.P. Flipper, man. That nigga was getting cookies for his mama.
Yeah, I mean, when you have like noticeable things and people see you, like you never know when like someone's gonna try you or someone is gonna do that stuff because it's like
that's why y'all pray for me, man. Hold this trip back, man.
Yeah, that too. And then, but this is why I be telling you, like I don't like saying where we at or where we gonna be at too, because it's like I don't like there's places that we frequent, and it's like I love the fans. I'll dab anyone up, take a picture, blah blah blah. But at the same time, it's like sometimes I just want my privacy, especially if I'm with people that I truly care about that I know I can't really protect in every situation. So that's why like when I be on the pod or whatever, I don't say where I be at. I mean, I do have some habits, or if I do post something. It's usually what I'll do is I basically like save it, but I don't post it right away. I don't post it till I'm out. Like, nigga, you ain't finna catch me. Like, it might say this place, it might have that location, it might go up at that time, but I promise you, when I upload that bitch, I'm not there at that bitch. Cause niggas ain't finna catch me. Not even on some like trying to make fun of or light of the P&B situation, but like, just y'all not finna catch me. Fuck that. It's just sad, man. I don't know. I do feel bad for the girl though. Like it sucks that she had to witness him get robbed and him get shot or stabbed. However, this pain and trauma was caused on him, and for her to get all these accusations and stuff like that as she's dealing with it.
Yeah. I don't know, but I wouldn't have that on my heart. I don't think I could have that on my heart.
You say that, but it's hard, especially when like niggas is like everybody's pointing the finger at you. Like you couldn't. I'm sure she probably can't even touch her phone.
Right? Yeah, that's
because her IG probably blown up, her Twitter probably blown up, and P&B just said like a few months ago on Academics podcast that niggas was trying to rob him in LA. So clearly, like, niggas were out to get him. And
you wouldn't just say that to say that. At least I don't hope.
I mean, I'm sure it happens to everybody.
Yeah,
that's like popular. Because you never know what type of time a niggas be on. That's why I don't try to like. I try to look as homeless as possible. Like
at 30 years old, too.
Yeah, man, just 2 years older than us. Like this chain from Amazon, bro. This shit $13. I'm not tripping if.
Hey, look, man, this shit is like $15 on Amazon, man.
Like I don't want you to take don't take this shit off my neck because first of all, this is 18-inch, so this is tight as hell. But second of all, I don't want niggas just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I hate how like. Shit ain't gonna change. So I also hate that narrative that everybody's like, no, y'all gotta stop posting stuff. Why are we robbing people? Do better. It's not gonna just change overnight. It's not. It's a sad reality. But it's just like you never know what a person might go through, the fact that they want that. Some people could just be on gremlin shit. Like we celebrate toxicity as far as everything goes, as far as relationships, as far as timing, as far as like if you have an issue with someone or someone's op, like they could have just really wanted to do it just to say I took P&B Rock's chain just for their 15 seconds of fame. It's just nasty. It's just nasty.
Yeah, man.
So prayers and condolences to him and his family.
Which is, if you want to get into it, one of the topics that I wanted to get into as far as just knowing your surroundings and having some sort of, it's getting to the point, bro. It's getting to the point we grown men.
But I don't think that's a surroundings thing.
It's not. I was talking about surroundings and protection.
I don't think that's a protection thing either.
So you don't feel like you'll need a gun ever?
I'm saying I don't think there's nothing you could do in that situation.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about that situation at hand. I'm trying to get to another topic. But I was trying to ease into that. But go on. Because
I was just trying to use that as an example in a sense of like everything. There's nothing that, like, if we're in that situation, there's nothing we could do. You talk about protection and surroundings. If a nigga on timing, a nigga gonna be on timing, bro.
Mom used to say the Reaper don't got a clock.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if a nigga look at you today and choose violence, if he looks at you, look you up and down, see you got, let's say, like a nice watch or something on, some nice jewelry, some nice clothes, say you got a nice little dime piece on your arm, and that nigga on timing, like, oh, I'm gonna try this nigga, I'm gonna rob this nigga, I'm gonna rob them, da-da-da-da. I seen the car, you seen the car with the plate on it. Oh, that shit not here, that bitch. I'm taking that. What can you do? You can't do shit.
You can shoot out your tires, have that nigga jump out. That's the first thing I'd be doing, man. I'm shooting out tires, bro. If a nigga robbed mine, he going down the street, nigga, I'm shooting out the tires. What the fuck you talking about?
You gonna have to have some Call of Duty type of aim. Especially if that nigga taking straight off. Like, you not even from the side. Like, that nigga taking straight off. You run behind and you just...
You hit that shit with that 5.6, man. It's damn near in the ditch, bro.
That nigga sound like boom. Right to hit that nigga fine.
Damn near in the ditch, bro.
But yeah, it's like...
Turn that shit into a putt-putt.
Because like, everything we talk about, like, there's... What can we do?
I don't know. Because I'm thinking about your situation, like, what can we do? But if anything's in your willpower,
as far as
just, I don't know, to have a preventable action like that, because I feel like yeah, everything happens at certain times that we don't know about, but I feel like you could prevent getting ran down on as far as a robbery.
How?
Park in a different spot.
But he was inside the restaurant.
Sit near an exit.
They came in the restaurant, though.
Sit near the nearest emergency exit, my nigga. That's easily, like, you could have been like, shit.
But that's what I'm saying. You might not know the nigga on time until he's right next to you.
And make sure you're at a table that's viewing the front. I don't know. That's something that my pops always told me.
I hear you, but I'm saying, okay, say you're in that situation. What you gonna do if you see a nigga? If you see a nigga with some icky energy, like you could tell when a nigga like, oh, that nigga moving different. Like me personally, I feel like I can tell.
You got that split second to get the fuck on, or get him got before he get you.
That's hard to say.
It's hard to say in that situation, but sometimes that fight or flight gotta kick in. It's either you fighting or you flighting. I'm flighting to the nearest exit.
So then, as someone that like frequently goes out or like goes out more than me, do you feel like you act on that?
You act on it if it's presented.
So I'm asking you.
Yeah.
So what did you do in scenarios?
What if I don't have a pole on me? Then it's automatically flight. You gotta get the fuck on.
But at the same time, you're not gonna have a pole
because I'm trying to preserve minds. What?
You're not gonna have a pole. Like I try not to put myself in situations where I need a pole because I don't need to be there if I need a pole.
Then don't be around niggas. Don't be around niggas or associates that will put you in those areas of needing a pole.
Yeah,
stay in the burbs. Don't go downtown.
But you could get shot in the burbs too.
You get shot in the burbs. You can get shot anywhere, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
pick a date.
So my thing is like the only reason why I just keep asking these questions is like, is there anything we could do?
Yeah.
You think all this shit could be prevented?
Most shit in life can be prevented. 90% of life is how you react to, and 10% is what actually happens to you.
I don't know, because it just depends on the day. Because even like the situation I was bringing up earlier, like that could have been prevented, and that shit went left.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
at the same time, you got all these variables that could have been could have not have happened. That happened. You didn't have to post. That was actually only the one variable that I've saw.
The jewelry.
It was a Waffle House. Nigga, you already know if you go on a Waffle House. You know what type of time you go.
It was a Roscoe's.
You know what type of time it is, man.
Well, see, I would go to a Roscoe's. But I'm not going to Roscoe's thinking I'm going to get shot or stabbed or robbed. I'm going because I just want the chicken and waffles. Nigga, give me the chicken and waffles.
Nigga, and you getting walked down. You don't have to be all shot, stabbed, or robbed. You can just get walked down in the back of the...
Yeah.
Kansas City, Roscoe? No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking shit. Don't do that. I love Casey.
Because shit, that was like... When I went to Chicago...
That bitch was rough, boy.
When I went to Chicago the first time, them niggas had a sign in a parking lot, and it was like one of the parking lots where it's like the levels and shit like that, like you could walk to it. They said, we are not responsible for anything that get broken and entered in. Like basically if someone come in your car and take your shit in this parking lot, you just got took. I was like, wow, Chicago is built different.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Shit. I feel like shit could be prevented, but at the same time, you never know. Like if a nigga on time and a nigga on time, and there's not much I could do. And that's like even like the Good Samaritan shit is like it's so hard to want to help people, but then it's like if you're not gonna go to the ends meet of helping people, you ain't gonna help them. So I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Very understandable.
Because like right now, I don't walk around with a pole. Never have. I don't think I will.
What?
I said I don't think I will.
So your men, what I tried to ask you earlier.
I'd have one at the house, but I wouldn't bring one. I wouldn't bring one too because I wouldn't want my first reaction to use it. I wouldn't want to take because I don't know,
bro. You don't know until you in the situation.
Be honest,
you don't know. You don't know your fight or flight until it happens, bro.
Exactly. But do you think you're a shooter?
What?
Do you think you're a shooter?
If I ain't, then I got some niggas around me that are.
Okay, don't indict nobody on the fucking podcast, but that's even then, niggas. Like, do you think them niggas are?
What?
Do you think them niggas are? Honest to God, like,
I'm not going to indict my family members, but what?
But like, do you? Because like even then, like, yeah, in theory,
I know wholeheartedly for a fact, 1,000% that.
But for
a
you,
nigga
though,
that I know is like that. What?
But for you though,
listen, something happening if I'm dying. I'm just saying, and vice versa for you. I hope you got some family members that are, anybody that's really like that.
I don't know.
Something happened to me. Somebody.
See, but you don't know because you don't know until you're in that situation. It's like in theory, would I protect me and mine? Of course, I would want to 100%. But I get that gut, nigga. I played.
You gotta think about them. 5 seconds.
Listen. I went to Chicago for a tournament.
Your whole life could change with a gunshot.
Absolutely. I went to Chicago for a tournament, and I'm playing something I love and I enjoy, and I was doing well, and niggas was like, "So I can't imagine having to blink like that." But you laughing, but like even you could be like that.
Niggas ain't sturdy, for tough. They ain't for tough.
But you laughing, but that could be you too.
I go, yeah, it could be me wholeheartedly.
We don't know what's in that situation.
But yeah, you're right.
So that's why because I hate how like, not even saying like you, but I just hate how like most niggas would be like, oh, I'm about that action, I'm about that. You don't know what you is until you in that situation. You could be a pussy for all you know. And I'm not even saying that as a bad thing. That's 100% fine.
Don't make me find out how pussy I am.
I'm not trying to find out how pussy I am. Hey, I'm not trying to find out. But I'm also not trying to put myself in that situation either. So like I don't know.
You gotta be a man at the end of the day, bro.
But even then, because it's never like it ends off of a one-off.
If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
But even then, it don't like, because it's like if someone like. If someone did something to a friend of mine, obviously I would want to react in that moment.
You need that get back on that.
But even then, it doesn't. It doesn't end at the get back though.
It's kind of like how Boys in the Hood, the whole plot occurred. On that, I get what you're saying. Because
shit never ends.
Yeah. Because after Ricky died, guess what happened at the end of Crez? Doughboy died. Like 2 weeks later, or a week later.
That's all it ends in is death. All this gangbanging shit.
Yeah, man. And it comes from generations, man.
It's just
mobs and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Crabs in the bucket. We really not gonna get out unless we help each other.
Cement blocks on a nigga.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit.
Yeah, might as well get into the last topic. I personally,
how'd you feel about?
I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
I don't either.
I just feel like niggas is bored.
I feel like it's information that
we already knew.
Really didn't. We already knew. Like we knew.
Except if she really, I don't. The only thing that
he literally, if somebody, because everybody was saying like, why he said he could have literally, he could have.
We're talking about first.
We're talking about the Ray J situation. How he
called
out Kim Kardashian. Well, really Kris Jenner, and talking about how she was in cahoots with the whole thing. Pretty much paid him. Well, pretty much he confessed that there was supposedly 3 parts of the sex tape that was out.
How did she watch them all, though? She supposedly watched them all and picked the best one.
Watched them all and picked the best one.
And if that's the best one, the niggas already think it's mid, which is kind of crazy.
That's a nasty thing for your mom. For your mom to be.
What would you do if your girl's mom offered to pay for y'all sex tape?
Is she in it?
No, nigga.
Oh man.
What would you
You
do?
make more money off it. I'm just saying. But what?
I don't know what I would do. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I'll just be like, I'd be
Getting that
weirded
bread.
out. I'd be weirded out. I'd be like, yo, you heard
You getting
Mom.
bread for fucking.
That's weird though, but she gotta watch it. Like
Yeah,
that's
that is weird though.
nigga. I can't go to Thanksgiving. That shit. You know what I mean? I can't go to none of that shit. Like that changes the whole family dynamic.
I throw you for a loop. She get to
She get to looking at you different.
looking at you different, man. Up and down and shit at every family function.
So you know what your meat look like. That's nasty. I don't know. That was the only thing that stuck out to me. Other than that, I'm just like, I know Ray J tired of talking this shit, and nothing changes. Kind of how we was just talking, like, at least with my perspective, I was just talking about the guns and the violence and this and that. Shit don't change
At all.
What we doing?
It's crazy as hell, man. That was a good 7-10 minutes of a public service announcement from Ray J that I didn't think I would ever be alive to really hear. Or be attest to. I don't know. Like I said, it was just information that was just odd, especially in the case of Mr. Ray J. But
Is Ray J a legend?
it'd be like Bow Wow trying to say some shit. What?
See, that's why you violate.
I'm,
Why Bow Wow
What?
had to catch a straight?
it could have been Omarion too. I don't know.
Niggas, is just, you're just shooting from the hip, huh? Is Ray J a legend?
To who?
I'm asking you. Yo, you be violate.
Oh man. But to who though? I'm trying to figure out, man.
I'm asking you. You talking about to who? To you, nigga.
You know what's crazy? I think that nigga played in an episode with his sister Brandy and Moesha.
I'm sure.
I think he was in a episode, and he didn't even play her little brother or no cousin or no blood related whatsoever. That's crazy as hell. But
some default nigga 6 or something.
it was like a nigga down the street that liked to hoop, and then he come up to her house every often, like a go home Roger type of nigga.
That's what makes your brother that.
But what were you gonna ask me? What's up?
Yo, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm asking you, is
Also,
Ray J a
pen, bro.
legend?
What?
I said, is Ray J a legend?
Is Ray J a legend? Entertainment wise, yeah. Entrepreneur wise, I would say, yeah, he gets his flowers. He gets his flowers. Nigga made a song called "I Hit It First," boy. You saw him? He crazy as hell. You remember that joint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nothing to talk about on that.
Because I guess it does go to like 3.
That was a wild ass time.
It really goes to,
Nigga said, I hit it.
it goes One Wish, Sexy Can I, and it goes I Hit It. That's crazy.
Somebody said, I don't know why this is funny. I ain't paying $256 million to let my kicker kick a 64-yard field goal on 4th and 5.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray J is he's a character. I think Ray J is just like kind of, I don't want to say like, I don't even want to violate, but like, I guess I gotta violate because you fucking already said it. Like that Soulja Boy Bow Wow type of tier where they're always a legend. Like they don't really have to do music, but they're always like involved in the music culture.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be hard being famous for long periods of time that Ray J has been, because like everybody known him as Brandy's brother, and then he became his own thing. And
Favorite Ray J song?
Sexy Can I?
I'm not gonna lie, let's go to ya.
Do you have one?
I was gonna say I hit it first. Fuck you talking?
Yeah.
I'm a whole ass nigga for that. But yeah, that would definitely be.
Yo, you know there's people that say at the time that they say Ray J. They try to argue that Kim Kardashian was bigger than Ray J at that time.
The sex tape.
Kim Kardashian was working for Paris Hilton, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a little, yeah. Like a prince or something.
Yeah, I think Ray J. I don't know.
Paris
Like,
Hilton needs her flowers for being a legend too, by the way. I'm just a little side note.
who?
Paris Hilton.
Legend for what?
She's goated.
For what?
Heir apparent to the multi-billion, I think $1 billion industry as far as like hotels go.
Yeah, but you said she's goated. So what does she do? I'm really trying to figure. I was sort of having a TV show.
You got it. Go ahead. that TV show was goated. I'm not gonna lie. I watched that shit. It was on E. Yep.
Yeah, you was a Key West type of nigga.
Key West type of nigga. I watched all the Keeping Up with the Kardashians from at least season 1 to 15. That was about it for me.
I'm impressed you went that deep. But yeah, because at the time,
Celebrity Therapy. That used to be my shit on there, man. What the fuck you talking about?
at the time, I think to me they were both the same. Because I didn't know who Kim K was. Like the introduction to Kim K was the sex tape, and then I didn't know who the fuck Ray J was. And then later on, I found out that was Brandy's brother. So they were the same for me. I don't know about you or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else to add for the pod? Or
Off this pen, boy. What?
is there anything else to add on the pod?
No, I think this was actually. I think we closed out everything. We talked about football. We talked about this tragic situation with what happened a couple hours ago. We talked about this stupid, this silly ass Ray J shit. Did you see the nigga like literally posted like his whole conversation with Ye? Like he was like scrolling through his phone. He's like, look how much me and this nigga talk.
No, I didn't look at that.
I saw that whole fucking 7+
Which is weird.
minute video.
That's kind of weird. But so what's your closing
Kanye
statement?
gotta be in everything. I'm not gonna lie. He really gotta be in everything, don't he?
Seems like he has a stressful life sometimes.
Yeah,
So what's your closing statement for episode 100?
100 has been an enjoyable ride. It's been a great ride so far. And thank you guys for listening to us weekend or whenever we get a chance to, have a podcast because, obviously you guys stick through us through and through trials and tribulations, fucked up mics, random ass people living in places. But yeah, man.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta send you a check.
Run me my bread, bro.
It ain't much, but
it's gas money. But we appreciate you guys. We love you every single podcast, every single day. Make sure you're checking on your peoples. Make sure you're getting right with your peoples too, man. Check up on them. If you ain't talked to them in a while, just say, hey, what's up? What you doing? How you are, and all that, man. And do that same bit with family members too.
Mm-hmm. It goes a long way.
It definitely goes a long way, man. I need to get in touch with a couple family members before. I want to do that before I leave this week, or before I leave in general. I always try to do that. Get in touch with my uncle, talk to him before I leave the city. But yeah, man, just make sure you're doing that on both sides, man. You'll be a happier person that way, because that means you're actually caring about not only yourself but your peoples.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully put. So I think what I'm gonna do is episode 100 will be on the Beheard YouTube channel.
One dub.
But after 100 I'm going to create a new YouTube channel called TylerBrianHour, so I can upload it in that. So it does better in the YouTube algorithm when something's like it has a niche. So I'm gonna just make a whole podcast channel. So I'm gonna upload the YouTube versions of the podcast up there. So it'll probably just be TylerBrianHour. So if you just search in the Google tab, it should come up. But the podcast for audio listeners, stays the same. It'll still be on Anchor in a video format. It'll still be on Spotify in a video format. It's just where the location of the YouTube video goes now will be different after 100. Is there anything else I want to say? Be sure to subscribe on anchor.fm/TylerBrianHour for as little as $1, $4, $9, whatever you could afford. We got a Patreon as well. Shout out to good brother Alex Lopez for always subscribing. Shout out to good brother Eduardo Arana for just supporting the podcast
niggas,
like he
man,
does.
bros, bro.
Putting all the questions out there. Shout out to anyone that's ever been on the podcast. Shout out to the first time listeners, the last time listeners. We did 100 of them.
Future listeners.
I want to do 100 more.
Our brothers across the pond, anywhere internationally where we're being
yeah, all the international
welcome
listeners that we got to this year. I want to do more runbacks so we could keep growing the podcast. But I will say that too, actually, to go back to the YouTube channel. The runbacks will still be on Beheard just because I'm trying to keep that more of a gaming channel. So I'm going to keep those on there because obviously that's the gaming interview. But yeah, man, love you guys. Peace and prosperity, and take care of yourself.
I ain't gonna lie. This Arby's prime rib cheesesteak,
nigga.
I don't know. I might have to run that. I might have to run that.
Just run as long as you run that. Just run that here.
I might have to run that.
Don't go on vacation to get an Arby's prime rib sandwich.
If I go to Motown and go to Arby's,
yo, block me back.
What?
That's all. You don't get no.
I might not come back. Niggas be like, yo, what the?
That's nasty. But we love you guys. Until next time. Bye.